about to go live in 5, 4. Never mind. No countdown because it's
Yeah, I
taking
was
a
like,
minute.
we got a good 20 here.
Well, I'm just getting it live right now, just so like people can just hop in and just
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
See
slow
my
down,
eyes. I was
Freddie
like,
Benson.
we're what? I
We're
haven't
live.
even had
Everyone
my
can
customary
see us.
pregame grilled cheese sandwich yet, Brock.
All right, cool.
Need my cheese.
Need my cheese. All right, I'm gonna grab my phone real quick just so I can have some sort of visual to see how the stream looks and everything like that.
Probably a good call. And then Brock, you could do a couple minutes off the top, eh?
I'm so glad there's no construction going on today. I'm a very, very happy person.
Brock, you could do a few minutes off the top, right?
Let me a few minutes off the top.
Before we start, like as the host, you're gonna.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do like an opening monologue. I already got that planned.
Oh, okay.
So
Sweet.
yeah. I think it's probably gonna run for like 5 or 8 minutes.
Okay,
So.
I figured you were gonna do something.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Bye Sean forever. He's dead.
I am still of the opinion that we should all just we should make all comedians get together and just play Minecraft and do stand-up like in.
There we go. Just only play Minecraft. Let's see.
Okay. I have tried to play that game and it makes me motion sick. I don't know what the deal is with that.
No, I've had friends my other friend was just telling me the other day, and I feel the exact same way, especially if I've like smoked it all, and I'll go to play Minecraft and be like, whoa, this is not matching up. I can't do it.
About Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft in a fat minute. It just got popular, and I never understood why it got popular. I think wasn't it because like PewDiePie was just playing it, and everyone's like, "Oh, Minecraft's cool again."
Well, I thought it was also because all the Fortnite kids were saying shit like Fortnite is the best game ever.
Oh, okay, yeah. We had to shut those damn Fortnite kids up.
I'll tell you one thing.
Okay, perfect. So when you are doing your set, I'm gonna put on spotlight video, so then that way, all the attention will be towards you. So.
Oh, okay, cool. And then, I had a question. Should we stay unmuted to laugh at each other?
Oh yeah, no, everyone can be unmuted. All I just ask is like also don't like. Of course, everyone knows not to heckle or anything.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering because it's definitely like if as a thing, like if we should try and be like, ha 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 ha, like fill the air a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want complete silence. We're gonna go for it. I encourage everyone to laugh. Laugh even if it's the worst joke. And I'm just kidding. Just be silent. I'm kidding.
Maybe. We gotta have some kind of an audience, Just
it's a really bad joke. Just do a Jimmy Carr laugh.
Well, like I was telling Julian.
Oh my goodness.
Like I was telling Julian yesterday, I was saying, hopefully once we start doing more of these cyber comedy jams, because I want to try doing these once a month and then in the future twice a month. I was thinking that we could start kind of have like ticket sales for people to actually join in on the Zoom shows and be an audience member and just like watch live, that way it supports all you guys and everything like that.
We should sell merch.
Merch? Totally, yeah. I don't know how the merch would be.
Shop cybercomedyjam.com. Smash that notification bell.
Hello, I'm here to do comedy today with a mic that's not even plugged in. I just have it for I can't pronounce stuff. Never mind. I have a speech impediment and I don't appreciate it. Truly. Hello, Sean. Are you testing out the chords?
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna mute myself for a second.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
You're good. No, yeah, Sean.
How dare you,
I've
Sean?
been-
Tune your guitar out loud.
If anyone wants to hear the 5 easy bass riffs guaranteed to impress, I've got those mastered. Otherwise,
Yeah, well,
be right back.
okay. Everyone else is being muted. Wow. So, Melly, you going on any fun more adventures at all this summer, or are you kind of just staying put?
I have some family coming up
Oh, that's
on
cool.
Monday, so I'm hoping to feel better, but that should be fun. And then, yeah, I don't know. Friend has a camping trip for their 21st birthday, so that should be. We'll see. I don't know how I feel about like drunk in the woods. I feel like that might be a bad combo, but yeah.
Probably not the best combo. I mean, if you got the right friends who are, if you got one responsible friend, I'd say it works.
So that would be me. I'm the one responsible
Oh,
friend.
okay. Well, you're gonna have a fun time
Yeah.
dealing with drunk people.
Oh my god. Do you have anything planned for the rest of the summer?
This is it. Not much to really do. You know, that's why I'm telling people I just want summer to be over with, because I'm just like, I'm tired of my apartment feeling like a fucking oven. There's nothing real fun to do. Usually I'd be going out, doing a bunch of fun things, going to house shows and go swimming and whatnot, and go somewhere other than Bellingham, but I ain't trying to risk stuff. It sucks. Trying to be a good person isn't easy.
You can
said
still
you went-
go. What?
Oh, you said you went to Alaska, right?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Was it just for family or what?
I went with Noble to go and like visit his family and just kind of, yeah, it was fun. Got to jump in some water.
Oh,
But yeah, it was cool. So moose in person, not nice.
Moose?
They're very cute, but like they're more dangerous than bears, apparently.
what?
Yeah,
That's
because
scary
they'll
to
just,
think.
if they feel threatened, they'll just charge you.
Yeah.
And they're huge. Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Well, that's a good lesson to learn. I always wanted to pet a moose, but I guess now I will never do
Do
that.
not. And I
Don't
always
do that.
have.
Everything's so laggy.
But yeah.
Hey, sis.
Hey! Is Kyle here?
Kyle said that he will be here like on a pinch just because he's finishing up a Simpsons trivia show.
Oh,
which-
that makes sense. Yeah, he hosts that for years. So.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, there he is. Speaking of the devil.
Oh no, you're the devil!
Oh my goodness, not the devil.
Hi! I also get to do comedy with you.
Hey, does that mean I get to leave?
No.
Oh no, they get both of us? Oh, I recognize those two. Hey guys. Oh, all three. I didn't see up the top. Hey. Everybody's back.
Yeah, well, except for Cecily. She told me that she wouldn't be able to make it.
Boo.
But
Dead to me.
oh my god, that's so mean.
Julian has nice blue curtains and I enjoy them.
Wow, I really like your Night of the Living Dead poster there, Kyle.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Fun fact, this mic is not connected. I just have it for aesthetic.
Dude, that's so fucking rock and roll.
Hey, see, he gets it.
Look, somebody had to talk, so I'm glad you took it for us.
I mean, it's not like I can go plug it into this computer. It's a Guitar Hero mic.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, you could just use a remote at this point. Like, make
Or
a
a
joke.
hairbrush.
Yeah.
I feel bullied already.
Well,
How dare you bully
you're
the
the
host?
fool who decided to invite your sister
Yeah,
and
your
sister's
big
catty friend to
sister.
do a comedy show.
Great.
It's all
What
right.
have I done?
I've run all my Brock Seaman jokes by Jen and they've been approved. So
Oh, they've been approved. Oh, okay. Mate, can you?
Well, I didn't know she was gonna be here, so I needed to be able to workshop. And I can't just like call like according to Jen, I shouldn't call your father at random. Hey, Julian.
Wait, what? Why did you have my dad's number? I have questions now, Kyle.
No, but the best part is they'll never be answered, but they will haunt you.
And the best part is I also have never given him our dad's phone number.
Well,
Scary.
But I have left my phone in random places, so here we are.
well, I'm very excited. I need everyone who's going early in the show to know that I'm going to turn off my video at some point because I'm going to eat a plate of Zanku chicken, and none of you deserve to have to watch that. Like, all of you are good people. That shouldn't be a thing. But I am
Garlic?
excited. Oh, girl,
Garlic?
I got the thing right here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a fun chicken place in Los Angeles. The owners killed their family.
Wait, what? Why is
yeah.
that fun?
No, it's just because the food's delicious and it gets named in a good Beck song.
That's true.
There-
It's true.
These are all just facts about Zanku chicken. Beck enjoys it. Family dead, delicious chicken garlic sauce.
It's the best garlic sauce.
really
you hold
is.
on to it for a couple weeks.
You guys
you
come
get
down
extra.
to LA. You let us know. We will take you to a Zanku chicken.
I mean, you pay for your own. It's expensive. Like, it's not cheap.
I thought we could do like a
chicken.
group thing or something, but Jen was really worried that not everyone was going to pay in.
I think my favorite place we ate at when I was in LA.
If you say
would
In and
be-
Out,
No. Why?
In
Out
your
of all the
house.
places we ate at, heck no. No, it was.
This is him stalling to think of a different thing he was going to
I
say.
guess it's not that.
No, it's the Thai food place that Matt Groening goes to.
Jitlada.
Oh.
Yeah, because we ordered so much food, and then you were like,
Like 5 dishes.
"Where's our food? It's been an hour."
Yeah,
Pretty good, Jen.
I get hangry.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm like, Jen is. We're it's all good. We ordered like a crap ton of food.
Yeah, bring it out in sections. Like, there were appetizers. Bring those out. Like,
No.
bring me more crushed ice. I don't care. That's fine.
Got us on the
Need more
TV.
crushed eyes.
Yeah,
So-
man.
Oh
I used to
shoot! Where'd
I used to
Nelly
live in
go?
LA, and my favorite place to eat was the Ivy because I'd sit next to Spielberg and not to name drop or anything, but Crispin Glover and
Real drop off from 1 to 2.
It depends, because it could be
Like-
Crispin Glover, like, his
What the
awesome
fuck does that mean?
Friday the 13th dancing.
Okay, but I don't know if
Yeah.
that makes him more famous than Steven Spielberg by doing that.
In certain groups. In certain groups.
Now, when you say certain groups, do you mean you?
I mean, Darcy.
Fair. Okay, you found the one example. The exception that proves the rule.
So is everybody doing 15 to 20 minutes?
No, some of them are doing between 5 to 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Just yeah.
I got to be out by
Um,
like 8:30.
I don't think it's gonna be 2 hours long. I think
I
the
have
at
to be
most.
off at 7.
Oh,
Wait, what? Yeah,
In
half a-
7 minutes.
Show starts in 6 minutes. All right.
Well,
God.
do your fastest comedy set right now. Go.
dad, brother, dad,
Yep,
brother.
yep,
You've
sounds
all
like-
been
it
there.
sounds like you're
You're
stand-up.
not. You haven't made any of the noises.
Oh no!
All right. And then,
What? What?
So the order that we're going in is it's gonna be Julian, Melly, then Sean, then Jen, and then you, Kyle.
all right.
That's not. I should rephrase that. That doesn't mean I don't want to see everybody. I want to watch everybody's sets. I'm very excited.
You can watch everybody.
Just stop.
Wait, do you
Just
really
stop.
have to leave?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought you were for realsies.
No.
You're like, I'm Audi 530.
I
Bye
got to
bye.
see. Jackie and Lori decided that tonight at 9:00 is the only time we can record a goddamn podcast this weekend.
That makes sense.
So I rescheduled my little anniversary digital hangout with my girlfriend so I can do like 3 different web-based events over the course of one Saturday. It's pretty exciting. I feel like Max Headroom.
I reference. I understand.
Me too. Wow.
Everyone over 30 lean towards their camera.
Yeah.
Max
Did
Hedges
you say
said,
Max Headroom?
I
don't
got-
know
One's in
what that
Spago
is.
with Matt Frewer.
You know, I'm just gonna casually throw out vitamin C. She seems like she's still with it, right? Like we just got this. This is fine. As we grow on. Yeah. Okay.
She's in
Oh,
that category I really respect. The people who are like, what if I just boldly made a holiday song and then was out? I'm gonna write the graduation song and then fuck off and hope that this pays out 10 years from now.
that happened the year I graduated, and somebody wrote all of the lyrics in my yearbook memorized.
Do you think that she was furious when Kelly Clarkson put Breakaway out and there were now 2 songs you could play at a high school graduation?
I would have to know what that is.
I'm gonna need you to be pretty more well versed in the 6 years between 1999 and 2005 for pop music, please. It's
I
fun. You get to
was
listen to a
too
fuckload of
into
In Sync.
emo.
Oh no!
I was too into
mistake.
emo and listening to my brother constantly call me goth.
We had already.
And I'm
we were
like, what?
we as a society were coming to the acceptance that Eagle Eye Cherry did not have a second album in him, so we were turning to 5 groups of 5 boys dancing together at a time.
That's what I call Kevin. Or I call.
Oh my
Kevin
god, that scared me.
What? My
I
hair?
thought no. I thought there was a real cat there, but it was just a pillow.
Yep.
But
Why?
It's a,
Pillow.
but it's a
Spoiler
pillow that
alert.
looks like their actual cat, so it's
My
weird.
cat that died.
Spoiler alert.
What?
Cat
Wait,
humor coming straight at you. I'm opening with a cat joke.
did you get
Hell
a
yeah.
taxidermist to just like?
It's a pillow.
Wait,
Do you not understand
Jen, that-
taxidermy?
that cat pillow also looks like Ashby.
I know we got similar cats. I replaced the cat-filled hole in my heart with a cat of identical features into my heart.
That
Is
sounds
there anything we need
that
to
sounds
know?
disturbing.
Yeah,
Is there
there
anything-
any rules?
Yeah.
Anything?
So we can all have our mics unmuted during the sets and everything, just so there's not utter silence. So if you want to laugh. Basically,
Or if you
keep.
don't want
I will.
it's
So
really
since
uncomfortable for your peers.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Discriminate
It
from-
feels like you're bombing. Please laugh. Laughter is important.
yeah. So and then I'll be keeping time of everyone, just so like if you're wondering like, hey, is my set almost over yet? I'll be like, nah, man, we got 3 more minutes. You better finish it up.
Do you have like a light style signal you'll give us when we've got like we're
I'll
wrapping
do a
up?
very like. I'll do this.
All right. That was
That's-
actud hard
Was
to
that
see
your
even in your
hand?
demo.
Was that a hand
I feel like
or
this
a
plan needs
ladle?
this is why we do tests.
It's starting in a
Well, that's
minute.
Why are you pointing up there? What is that?
Because I'm on a laptop and that's where time is kept.
Well, time is down there for me.
Are they
And I
watching
see-
us now?
This is why we
Yeah,
have
they're
different
watching us now.
moms.
But we
This
have.
is why we have different moms.
Did not know.
What the heck is that supposed to mean?
I was going out.
What is that? We've okay.
Cyber Comedy Jams controversy.
Our
Oh, no,
dad
we-
got around. Okay.
We're all aware.
Guys, this is the show.
Okay.
Me and
Are
Jen
we doing
talking
this
about it
now?
in like 1 minute. No.
Okay, is there anything
So,
else?
Is it
there
just going to
anything
be
we
like a
should
group
say?
view the whole time then?
No, I'm gonna whoever's performing stand up, I'm gonna put spotlight videos and then it's fully on them and everything.
Okay.
All right. So
Do you have a different color shirt so people can see you? Because your background's really dark.
All right, you're being
I
really
won't take
sistery
shirts
right
then.
now. That was super real. That just happened.
6:30 comedy show with a strip routine.
Holy shit. That's maybe the most powerful power move I've ever seen someone
Yeah.
do.
Older sister
Now that I
power
know
move.
we're on mic, I won't make the second inside baseball half of that joke. Holy.
Shirt shaming.
Remind me to
Open the
never
show.
cross your path
Hi.
for fear of my own.
Congratulations on your new show. Change your shirt.
Who else would be good on
I
Change
can
Your
see
Shirt? That's a
it.
pretty good show.
Look at it's still 6:30. I still made it. It's totally fine.
Great.
Look at that. We're in a at a very Australian punk rock band that no one knows.
The
Wait, who
Chads.
is it?
I
Oh,
know. The Chads.
I was supposed to go
Why
see
did
them,
you
and then
take
they
that
canceled
off?
because COVID happened. My
Oh,
girlfriend,
I
that's
got
one
to
of her
see
favorite
them last
bands.
year, and I puked in one of their concerts. and it
Smoko
was
is her
super fun.
jam.
All right, everyone, we did it. We're actually doing it. I'm so proud. I'm very happy of all the convenience to be here. I'm sorry I have a literally $2 webcam playing right now. Like I'm just full of
Worth every
pixels.
penny.
I'm literally borrowing my friend's laptop, and he's like, "Yeah, sorry about the." We have a person named Vape God 420 just in the waiting room. I feel like definitely do not accept that.
You always
Oh,
go.
why
vape
do I feel like
God.
that's my roommate?
Hi, roommate, get out of here! Just watch the live stream.
God, who the hell took the Zoom?
I mean, I do love
God
the name
420.
Vape God 420.
Now,
All right,
Melody,
start
that's not your mom's name, right?
Hope not.
From meeting her last week, I was like, she could be a vape god.
You never know.
The whole point is that
All right,
anyone can
everyone,
do it.
welcome. This is Cyber Comedy Jam, the first time I've ever done an all-night show. I'm very excited. Woo! I'll drink some water because hydration is important.
Good job.
All right. Well, I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Brock, which is adorable. And my last name is Seaman, which is not adorable. And some people say, why don't you change your last name to your mother's maiden name? And, well, it's Woods. Okay, it's Woods. Why does everything in my life have to be so phallic? I'm not a dick. Okay. So I came out as bi last year. Best transition. Yeah, I came out as bi last year. It was great. And then for my family, for the past 20 years, it's been, yeah, we know. There's a reason why Jen's laughing the hardest. And she basically is like, hey, to my dad at 6, yeah, he's gay. And the one reason I know that is because my dad in middle school was like, well, son, if you're gay, I would still love you. And I'm like, well, I'm not. And he's like, but if you are, I'll still love you. And I'm like, okay, well, like the edgy teen I am, I decided to stay straight. And if you think about it, it would have been a lot easier if he would have just said, hey, son, if you were straight, I would still love you. And I would have came out a lot faster. But yeah, so I told my dad, he was the first person I told besides my sister that I was bi, and I told him about that story, about, hey, just checking bases to see if you'd still love me, right? And you know, it kind of bums me out because I love surprises, and I wish I could have, you know, made a big deal about like how I came out, you know, like if I would have came out and none of my family knew, I would have gotten like a big banner that said "Big Boy Brock is Big Boy Bi," and I would have gotten cannons shooting confetti, and I'd come out on a stage, and yes, of course there's a stage, and I do a little song. And I do a little dance in my little tuxedo, and then bam, rip it all off, tear away this tuxedo to show a rainbow speedo, and that's why my family thought I was gay. So when I told my dad that middle school story, I now know he probably thought I was straight at that time because I've had several girlfriends at that point. Except the last girlfriend, he came up to and he's like, so are you what they call a beard in the gay community? Huh. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. My dad never did that. But I told my dad straight up, I was like, well, Dad, you're half right because I'm bi. And it was complete and utter silence. Yeah, kind of like that. And he broke the theatrics and everything with all the drama. He's like, well, what do you want me to say? And all I'm thinking is, man, if you could inherit a gay gene from a parent, I think I know which one I got it from. And I just said to him, I was like, I don't know. Congrats. Tell your friends you got a bi son. I hear that's a cool flex. Wait, never mind. I've seen your Facebook friends. Probably bad idea. No, they won't like that. Keep your mouth shut, Dad. Don't do that. But of course, the first question my dad asks is, so does that mean you and Josh, my best friend? I'm like, no! He's like a brother to me. That's disgusting. And I had to run it by him, and this is important. Just because you're bi, fun fact, doesn't mean you want to fuck everyone. Just, and if that is someone like that, that's a problem. Like, I just am wondering, does my dad think when I go to the grocery store, when I go in towards the fruit stand and I see a banana and I'm just looking around everyone else, I'm just like, everyone just looks so goddamn attractive. Oh, no, that's a banana. It's a banana. I need to control myself, Brock. Okay, that's not what a bi person is. That's... and so it was a very awkward car ride. And so when we got home, he broke the ice and said, I love you, son. And I'm very proud of you for coming out. I would have never had the courage like you did. And he said, he's like, I'm proud to be your father. And that meant so much to me. And I said, I'm like, well, thanks, Dad. I really appreciate that. I bet you're glad you didn't convince my mom hard enough to abort me. And oh boy, don't I know how to just destroy a moment. Yeah. Well, hey, by the way, he told me that, so just FYI, at Coconut Kenny's, he's like, well, son, if I wasn't an alcoholic back then, there's no way in hell I would have ended up with your mother. Okay, well, Dad, that's an Arby's conversation, not a Coconut Kenny's, okay? I'm not trying to eat Hawaiian rolls and think about what if I didn't exist, okay? Well, we have a fantastic show, don't we? Isn't it great to just end a set on abortion? Great. I just want to say it felt very good doing comedy. That was the first time I did comedy since March, so thank you again, everyone, for being here. We have the best comedians on this show. I mean, this is the only show we've ever done, but they are technically the best comedians we've ever had on this show. And I am very much looking forward to introducing our first comic. He is one of the funniest comics I know, because he's performing here. What a great pressure to put on this comic right now. Let me bring you Julian Thomason.
I've always really enjoyed the luxury of having a plain ass last name like Thompson. So to have somebody finally butcher it makes me feel
I'm already doing great as a host. Yeah.
They'll just call me Thomas at that point. But oh yeah. So yeah, hey guys, we're all the best comedians in Bellingham, if not the world, and we're here to bring you an amazing comedy show. Like Brock was saying, I've really missed the bars, because I thought that it was everyone being drunk that made me funnier, but it turns out that it's actually just me being drunk that makes me funnier. So I know maybe some of you expected to hear observation on how my life has been about the coronavirus. But like, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to go a completely different route and bring something up that you didn't expect. The president. Did you guys know? Apparently, we're not supposed to eat at fast food restaurants anymore because they're all really big supporters of Trump, all those fast food conglomerates like KFC, Taco Bell, like all of them. They just major Trump 2020. And that's just because they want his business. Not even for any like political reasons. They just need to maintain him as a customer. Yeah, the cautionary tale of fast food isn't just to avoid looking like this, but it's also to, not support an evil cause. So, if you thought you were being morally righteous by not eating at Chick-fil-A and eating at KFC, wrong again, liberal. I'm just kidding, but like, yeah, if the election gets canceled, I might cancel myself. Speaking of politics, are you guys familiar with The Cake Boss? The show Cake Boss?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I'm seeing some nods among the funniest people in the world right now. You all must know The Cake Boss. He's he's really something if you haven't seen the show. And there's this one news article I was reading through recently that says Cake Boss pulled over for reckless driving. Quote, "You can't arrest me. I'm the Cake Boss." And I just love to envision a world where the Cake Boss has some kind of like political authority to him. Like, he's based in New Jersey, so he starts running for governor. Like, yeah, I fed Chris Christie so many cannolis, he fucking died. He just keeps like building up his platform for president. Things get more and more intense. He eventually runs for the Oval Office on a platform of fixing a broken ass system with some modeled fondant. He achieves the ultimate power. He goes beyond politics, going into his final form. Like, cake is so easy to him, it's like magic. Everything is cake. He's just going around like, yeah, those rebel dissidents stabbed me in the heart when they tried to overthrow my regime, but it's okay because I just made myself a new one out of modeling chocolate. Yeah, gosh, anyone having fun with online shopping recently? Woo! Hell yeah. I'm all of you suckers because I already had to order my pants from a special. No delay there. I was panted as usual, all according to plan. No, but true, like that's my one solace about shopping at the men's big and tall store is that I'm both big and tall. So I'll walk in and be like, oh, yes, I have to shop here. I'm too tall for the pants they sell at Target. Yeah, I hate people because it's instances like that make me think people are totally lying when they say things like, this is the skin I feel comfortable in. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, no one should ever feel perpetually ashamed of themselves. But like, it's just a lie. Like, really? That's the skin you feel comfortable in? That's the skin you feel comfortable in asking for an additional length of seatbelt before the airplane can take off? That's the skin you feel comfortable in? Walking up an incline, any incline, no matter how slight? That's the skin you feel comfortable in? Looking into your Taco Bell Uber Eats delivery driver's eyes as he hands you that package with an immense look of guilt that just says, I can't keep doing this to you, Julian. I want to help you, man. Anyway, so I was just, oh God, yeah, if that wasn't already the best comedy in the world, like we have some more amazing comedians coming up. I'm gonna throw it back to Brock. He can transition you.
Woo! Good job.
Great job.
Woo! Well, shit.
Thomason.
We did it. We just had one of the greatest comics come on and perform for us. Yeah, no, I feel a little guilty because I feel like I have such a huge bill right now to DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Postmates, but at the same time, I always just reply to them saying, "Oh, you got my order wrong. Can I get a refund?" They do get my order wrong though, so it's not a bad thing. Okay, like they just always get my order wrong. Jen, stop judging me. I see that look you're giving me. They get my order. I ordered a pastrami sub from Subway, and they gave me roast beef. Okay, I got beef with Subway. Yeah, that was a food pun. Deal with it. Like I told you, best comedy here. We have the food puns. We have the meat. This show's sponsored by Arby's, where you can tell your son
We got the
that
meats.
you almost got aborted. Woo!
Hey, a second time?
Yeah, second time. Hey, what if this becomes an Arby's commercial? They're desperate. Just kidding. We're not sponsored by Arby's. Please don't sue us. Anywho, with that amazing fake sponsor, let's get into our next greatest comic of the world. You may know her from college shows that you probably have not attended because it's in Washington if you're not from here. It's not you, Jen. It's Melly. Woo! And she's also sick, so she's a trooper.
I'm very happy to be here online because I feel like if at any point it goes bad, I can just nobody knows. No, but yeah, so the other day in this room, I saw a spider and it was like this big. It was like this big. And my immediate response when I saw the spider on my wall was to go, "Oh my dear Mr. Spider, absolutely not." And I have no idea why my response was to like do that accent to intimidate the spider, aside from the fact that it represents the most terrifying people in all of US history, Southern white women. But it got me thinking a lot about accents. Because my family has this kind of like on my mom's side, this hereditary trait, this gene that we cannot control, where if we hear someone with an accent or whose voice sounds different in a cool way, we just start doing it back to them involuntarily. You know, it's hereditary. We can't control it. But the other day I was in the grocery store and the woman checking me out had an accent. She said, "Well, my dear, I hope you have a wonderful day." And I, as I do, went, "Well, I hope you have a wonderful day too, ma'am." And she looked at me and she said, "Are you making fun of me?" And I said, "No, ma'am, absolutely not. But I also cannot stop." But that got me thinking about, because I do accents all the time, is like, why do people have these different accents all around the world, you know? And I think I figured out the origins of a few of them. And I think a lot of them are kind of like a middle finger to British imperialism. And I think it started with the British, right? When they decided to take over, right? I think they all had a meeting. They got all the British people together and they were like, all right, so this accent, not very intimidating. All right, if we're going to walk around and take over the world, no one's going to take us seriously. We say crumpets, all right? So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take some notes from the animals, all right? And we're going to bare our fangs. We're going to have horrible teeth. and we're gonna bare our fangs like animals when we talk, and we're gonna convince everybody to let us lead them. And I think it's gonna work, you know? So they went all around the world, you know, intimidating people, and it worked. And then I think a lot of other accents are kind of in a response to that, right? So like, let's say when the Scottish heard the British were going to come take them over, right? And the Scottish, they made a pact with Ireland. That's very important, is that they made this plan together. And they were really angry, and they were like, all right, so what we're going to do when they show up is we're going to channel our anger into our voices, and we're going to blow them away with sound waves. So then, you know, the British show up, and they're like, hey, we're going to take over your country. There's nothing you can do about it. And the Scottish were like, no, you're not. Nessie! And then the Loch Ness Monster showed up, and the British were like, you know what? We're going to come back later. We'll come back later. But I always think that the Irish were in on this plan with them. And so, you know, the British showed up at Ireland, and they were like, we're going to take over your country, you know? And the Irish started out really strong, and they were like, no, you're not. And then they remembered that they did not have the Loch Ness Monster. And the British were like, what did you just say to us? And the Irish were like, oh, nothing. We didn't say anything. You know what? Take whatever you want. Have a potato. But I always think that like later on the Irish got smart, because half of Ireland is free now. It's its own country. And so I think what they did is they said to the British, oh goodness, 1 second. Ireland. They were like, all right, so since you've taken over our country, we have to tell you all of our secrets. And our biggest secret is that there are a shit ton of leprechauns here, all right? And they have so much gold, and it's at the end of the rainbow. Now, this half of Ireland is at the start of the rainbow, and that is a barren wasteland, all right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna follow it to the end of the rainbow in that half of Ireland, and you're going to take that over, and you're going to leave us this. And the British were like, all right, that sounds good. We like gold. So they went over there. That half of Ireland was free, and that's how the whole legend of leprechauns got started. But I also think it's true, right, for the Indian accent, because there were British imperialists there, too. And just really quick, like before we get into that accent, you know how some people think like the Australian accent is like super hot? So that is the Indian accent for me. Because I grew up doing speech and debate with a ton of kids who have that accent. And have you ever heard someone get like really passionate about a debate topic with an Indian accent? Like they're just up there like, all people are good, and I will explain why. And I was always in the audience like, oh my God, will you go out with me? And they were like, or an accent, whore. And I was like, that is true. That is true. That is still true. No, but I think that accent goes back because growing up, you know, around people who talk like that, I noticed that a lot of them don't really move their mouths a lot when they talk. And I feel like it was to talk shit about the British, you know, without getting caught, right? So the British soldier would be like, hey, what are you talking about? And the Indian guy would be like, nothing, Britain, great. And the British soldier would be like, all right, because he has no idea what that guy's saying. And then the Indian guy would turn to his friend and go, Britain is bucktooth, bitch. But I also think it's true for accents here, right? Particularly on the East Coast. You know, when they were trying to start their own country, you know, they were like, they had a meeting, they got everyone together and they were like, all right, so we're colony of Britain. So we already have like the bad fangs teeth going for us. But if we do that to the British, it's not going to work because they're already doing it to us. So what we got to do is we got to take the fang bearing of the British and combine it with the intensity of the Scottish. And so that's how you got the New York accent. And so, you know, the British came over and the people, you know, getting prepared, they were like, okay, Britain, first what you're going to do is you're going to get up and you're going to get out of my deli. Second, you're going to take that you shit tea, because we're done with that taxation without representation bullshit, and you're going to give us our own country. And that's how we won the Revolutionary War. I also like to think that New York and like New Jersey had a similar deal as Scotland and Ireland. So, you know, the British came to New Jersey and they started out really strong with people in New Jersey. And they were like, hey, we're not giving you anything. You're going to get up and you're going to get out. And then the British said, what did you say to us? And the people in New Jersey were like, oh my God, take whatever you want. Have anything. Just don't take my nail salon. The only accent that I really can't figure out like at all where it came from is the Minnesota accent. Because if you've ever heard somebody with a Minnesota accent talk, it kind of like sounds like a Canadian took crack cocaine. Also, can you tell that I do not do drugs by the fact that I called it crack cocaine? But it's true. It's like they start out normal, you know, donut, about, because those are the only words I kind of know how to say in a Canadian accent. But then the voice goes crazy and it's just like, oh my God, I love cheese so much. And I'm going to take this cheese wheel and I'm going to roll it down this hill and I'm going to hit Martha right in the face and she's not even going to know. And then Martha's at the bottom of the hill and she's like, oh my God, that cheese wheel hit me right in the face and I didn't even know. But what I did realize is that the Minnesota-Wisconsin accents perfectly represent my relationship with my sisters. So I don't know if any of you guys have younger siblings, but my experience is it's just like having a smaller human, well, technically taller now, but try to beat me at everything I do ever. And if you've ever heard someone with a Wisconsin accent talk, it does kind of sound like Minnesota's younger sister with a lisp. And the two states' histories kind of do represent my relationship with my sisters. For example, when the US started, Minnesota made a lot of cheese. They did. And then Wisconsin said, well, you know what? I'm going to start a sports team and all of our fans are going to be called cheeseheads. And Minnesota said, you know what? I just make cheese because I like it and it makes me happy, but you do you. And then Wisconsin said, oh yeah? Well, now I'm going to supply over half the cheese in the United States just to prove that I'm better than you. And Minnesota said, oh yeah? Well, at least my state doesn't smell like a giant cow fart. And Wisconsin said, just let me be better at something. And then, you know, the Vikings went to the Super Bowl and they were arguing about whose team is better. But when neither state realizes that they're both super awesome because they've always been pushing each other to be better, and that no matter how many stupid fights they get in, like how Wisconsin doesn't really have a lift, but they only talk that way to sound cooler than Minnesota, is that both states will always be glad to share a border and that they both smell like a giant cow fart. Thank you. And that's it for all my accents. And I'm going to head out after my set because I'm a little sick, but I'm going to come back and watch all your bits later. Thanks for having me. Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Woo! Everyone, give it up one more time for Melly Cazell.
Yay!
Woo!
Thank you.
Well, that was great. Again, great comedians, best comedians in the world. It's funny though, because when she brought up the whole, you know, younger sibling thing, trying to do everything better than the older, as she drinks a cup of water. Yeah, me and my sis, we kind of have this frustrating thing going on, or at least for me, where, hey sis, I'm gonna do oh, she's already doing comedy. Oh, hey sis, oh, she's already done this. Why do I keep doing the same things like she does? It's kind of...
Because you don't have a lot of good role models.
Hey, it's like she's Walmart and I'm Kmart, okay? Like, I don't like it.
Why would that be the examples?
I'm not good at examples. I also loved all the accents. I'm the best at accents, I think. Pretty good. Let me try 30 seconds of just trying to do accents. So here, ready? All right, here's my Australian accent. Good day, mate. Yeah, that was pretty good, right? All right, now my British one. Cup of tea. That's British. Canada. A. Pretty spot on. And let's see, what's another accent I could use? Throw some accents out, everyone.
No,
that
we've
really
heard
was
your
a
other
Scottish
three.
accident.
Scottish. I'm Shrek. I gotta laugh. That okay? That I'm already my heart is filled with joy now. All right. That was the. Thank you. I like to think I was doing my accents pretty well. Were they on?
You're recording this for your hour tonight, right?
Yes. Maybe. All right. Well, next introduction. Well, let's see. We've had accents, and now, man, I'm getting rusted on my own stream. Well, that sounds like the usual me. All right. Well, now that we've had accents, we're gonna just slow things down and get serious with some nice, gentle music. I mean, I don't know if Sean does heavy metal on that acoustic guitar. I'd like to see. But yeah, let's bring him out. Sean Flaky.
Yay!
There's more than one way to skin a cat, my grandpa used to say. Which was a weird way to find out he was a sociopath. My name is Sean Flicky. I'm 46 years old, which is still young enough to make a bad decision tonight, but about 33 years too old to be wearing a hat like this. I'm not saying that my social life has gotten bad during the pandemic, but the other day I got a phone call from potential spam. And I was like, there's potential. No, to tell the truth, I'm crushing it like 49.4 right now. 49 minutes a day, 4 days a week. I really think I am entering the silverback gorilla phase of a man's life. Both because I'm handling shit like a boss, and also because I'm eating hundreds of pounds of leaves every week. I am worried about my flannels this upcoming winter, though. I'm too fat to fit in any of them. When I wear them, I look like one of those 3D posters from the 90s, where if you stare at them long enough, like a picture emerges. On me, that picture is a maple bar. That's going to bring me to one of my new comedy segments. It's called Arguments, Arguments, I win in the shower. Hey, non-mask wearing guy at Lowe's. If you won't wear a mask for us, then at least do it for yourself to cover that ugly face. Arguments, Arguments, I win in the shower. In times like these, that's a phrase I really wish I would have bought stock in back in January. No, but seriously, in times like these, I really do miss my grandpa. He was such a cool guy and had so many like rad skills that would have been relevant right now. Like the time he handmade me a pair of ski gloves from the black and white fur of my cat, Sprinkles. So I became a father recently. Yeah, thank you.
Woo!
3 months, and it's one of the greatest joys a man can have. And my fiance actually has children of her own, so I'm also about to become a stepfather. It's made me think a lot about like, what's the difference between a dad joke and a stepdad joke? I think the main difference is the Camaro. I think one of the other big differences is the complete lack of responsibility for how the kid turns out. But there are some subtle differences in a dad joke versus a stepdad joke. Like here, I'm going to tell a couple jokes. I'm going to see if you can pick up the differences, like the subtle differences between a dad joke and a stepdad joke. Dad joke. What did the hot dog bun say to the hot dog? Bready or not, here I come. Stepdad joke. Excuse me for a second.
Hell yeah.
What did the bun say to the hot dog? You act like a real dick sometimes. Dad joke. What did the nostril say to the pinky toe? You want a boogie? Stepdad joke. What did the nostril say to the pinky toe? What in the hell are you doing in here? Dad joke. What did the left butt cheek say to the right cheek? There's something really wrong in between us. Stepdad joke. Hey, what did the left butt cheek say to the right butt cheek? Look, I'm not the asshole here. Dad joke. I think it's really sad that lice get such a bad rap. They're only trying to get ahead. Stepdad joke. Hey, I think it's sad that lice get such a bad rap. They're way better than crabs. That's going to bring me back to one of my new comedy segments. Arguments, arguments, I win in the shower. Hey, climate science denier. Climate science is real, okay? It's a consensus among the scientific community using the same scientific method that designed and built that lifted truck with the nuts hanging off the bumper that you're driving right now. We'll close with this. My 9-year-old stepson said to me the other day, I'm going to tell you my whole life story. And I said, oh, shit. That's gonna take like 9 years. I've been Sean Flicky. Thank you so much for tuning in to Cyber Comedy Jams. Kicking it back.
Well, wow. Again, everyone give it for Sean Flaky.
Hey,
Flaky.
fun, Sean.
I'm
you.
so bad
Very
with names.
fun.
Oh my god. That was great. Dang, I'll have to get you to make the intro song for Cyber Comedy Jam.
I would love to.
Oh, thank you. Well, that was great. I honestly feel like Adam Sandler was here for the past 10 minutes. This was a fantastic. Probably the best musician we've had on Cyber Comedy Jam. Am I right? You're right. All right. So I got a text from my sister asking about, how long the set and everything. And then when should we get on? And then the last question is, am I your favorite sister? And I said, I love all my siblings equally. And then she replied, surprised, but okay. So our next comedian is the best comedian between my two sisters. What? You're giving me
I'm
a
just
sh-
waiting for you to finish the introduction.
I love taking my time with these introductions.
Introduction
apparently.
encore.
Please introduce me again about abortion. I think that would be
Two
great.
more credits. 2 more credits.
Give the people what they want. More intro.
That's what people came to
Yes,
see. Is
outro.
more intros.
Intro.
Cyber Comedy Jam is only intros and intros only.
Woo! I burn my finger.
All right, so for my second intro, I'm introducing Jen Sonderson, my sister.
Yay.
Woo!
Yeah, that's all real. Oh my goodness. I'm very excited to be here. During quarantine, or what I've been calling hot lava time. Because when you have when you have absolutely no control in the world, it feels a lot better when you pretend you're in a worldwide game of hot lava and your teeny tiny apartment is base. Like right now I'm totally crushing it at hot lava, but if I have to leave, then I have to take a little piece of base and put it on my face, a mask, base face. That's how you do hot lava. Then you see these images of people in Tulsa and they're not wearing base face. That's hot lava 101. So you just look at them like, you're covered in lava. You're gonna die. That's how that works. Yep, this is gonna be one comic at a time. Laughs at Jen Sonderson. Jokes. I took a bath today, so my hair is flat and only half my makeup is on. This is fine, and I'm wearing pants. We're doing it. So, all right. So, yeah, I'm like Shaw was saying about people not wearing masks. Also, Shaw, absolutely hilarious. Yeah, you're welcome. We're just gonna like back and forth for the next 20 minutes. No problem. I am concerned about people who don't want to wear masks. I'm pretty sure that the folks that don't want to are the same that like to say the condom doesn't feel the same. Like, I don't care. Wrap it up and protect both of us, you jag off. Like, that's just my own personal beliefs. But I know that the show is being produced in Bellingham, where most of my family is, brother included. Be very weird if halfway, like partly through my set, and I've disowned my brother. But yeah, I would. I would like to visit home, but I can only handle our dad in a 60-minute window. Like 60 minutes good, 61 bad news bears. Don't do it. Don't do it. And the rundown of a visit is like 10 minutes of, hi, how's it going? Oh, you bought a new big boy toy, huh? Okay, cool. Didn't have money for my college, but got a Harley. Vroom, vroom. Real cool. Moving on. Then 20 minutes of the whitest of white people food, just covered in room temperature cream cheese and dog hair. Like, don't worry about it. You got Tums in the car. You got to focus. You're against the clock. Then 20 minutes of family secrets you didn't know and you never wanted to know. All while your dad looks at your face horrified and like, don't worry about it. You can handle it. You're grown. Then you end the evening with 10 minutes of him walking to your vehicle like a boomer zombie. And in those 10 minutes you have allocated for the time he's going to make you roll down your window because he's old. He uses this gesture and he's going to talk at you. Just talk at you and give you one more little fun thing like, hey, Jen, you got pepper spray? Because you're still pretty enough to get abducted. Like, just... Great. Like, just 60 minutes is fine. 61, no. 60 minutes, hey, Dad, Merry Christmas, love ya. 61 minutes, no. I don't want to hear about all the ladies that you banged in the 70s because I remain your very female daughter. 60 minutes, Happy Father's Day. 61 minutes, but like, how much cocaine did you use to sell? 60 minutes. Happy birthday. 61 minutes. Please stop telling my brothers that one of them was supposed to be aborted, and please stop switching against them which one it was supposed to be. You're giving them a complex. Much funner, much more fun delivering that when your brother's on the show. But yeah, it seems that I do have a limitation on my love, and it's an hour. So that's fun for me. I know that we are heading into, like, we have 4 months before an election, and that's very frustrating because if you've talked to my brother at all, which is just so weird to reference him so much on a set, but I didn't speak to our dad for about 6 to 9 months because he voted for Trump. And he did it because he was worried about terrorists in Bellingham. Yeah. He thought you guys were a target. I was like, what? You guys barely even have Target stores. Like, what are the terrorists going to be like? What are the terrorists going to say? Like, ooh, I heard you guys got a really cool strawberry festival. Just like, I don't know. Harder to do that when the people from the town are here and they know there's no strawberry festival there. Like, there is no strawberry festival. You're thinking of Linden, and that's not even true. Also, fuck Linden. You guys got mad at my mom because she carved little statuesques of witches. Like, you're like, that's evil. I was like, it's Halloween. But yeah, that's very regional little ad lib there. But yeah, he was worried about terrorists, so he went out and tried to buy a gun, but he couldn't because he has domestic abuse charges. So I was like, who's the terrorist now, Dad? And I said all of that on Facebook. And that's how Christmas got canceled. And I know because it came back as a Facebook memory. Like, remember when you had extra money because you didn't have to buy gifts? Like, so fun. And his wife decided to message me on Facebook. It's like, yeah, let's get it all on the record. Why don't we? She's like, you're killing your father. You're killing your father with all this anti-Trump talk. You're killing your dad. I was like, I'm killing Dad? You're wife number 5. I'm pretty sure it's not me, in my opinion. Karen with 2 R's, like, learn how to spell a name. Yeah. He has, for a while, been talking about how Trump is bad, so I thought we were good again. But then my husband actually this week said, you know, your dad, because he's Facebook friends with him, I refuse. And he's like, you know, your dad was posting, like, why is the media never saying anything nice about Trump? And I was like, I don't know, Dad. why don't you ever say anything nice about your third ex-wife? Like, I feel like they toe a very similar line. You didn't give this link to our dad, did you? Brock?
Hey, Dad. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I told him that there was a show, but he did not show up, I doubt.
Okay, good.
He
I've
would've
already
probably
told
already-
him. I already told him multiple times, never look me up. Never. Never look it up.
I think he has the same rule for me, probably, because he probably knows I choke him.
Cause Brock did come out as bi recently, and I was very proud of him. And because he's always doing what I've done, I came out as bi 15 years before him. And our dad's response was like, I can imagine your sister with another woman. I can picture that. But I can't picture your brother with another man like that. I was like, how about you not picture any of your kids fucking? How about that? Just gonna throw that out there. But I realize I'm never gonna be like my parents. Because at this point in their age, like both of them independently own their own home. Like my dad, who was in and out of rehab all throughout the 80s, you know why now. He was able to buy a house, and that somehow was that my grandparents died and left him an inheritance. So I just feel like the next time he asks me, like, hey, Jen, when are you going to settle down and buy a home? I'll be like, I don't know, Dad. When are you going to die? I feel like you have options. Like the next time you come visit us in LA, you can either sleep on our small apartment in our teeny tiny little sofa, or we can house your remains on the mantle of our new home. You say don't visit? I'd visit every day. I'd be the best daughter ever. Like, just have grandchildren for you. Be like, look, I can afford them now. I mean, you're dead, but check it out. So mean. But yeah, my grandparents, they did pass away of smoking related cancers. My grandmother would smoke about 3 packs a day indoors, and my grandfather hated confrontation. So, that's how that worked. But I'm also the shortest in our family, which is hard because you can't, you know, when you have like a complex based on height, because you can't throw up to get taller. So.
Damn.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not. But if my dad's watching, I'm very sorry. I already realized I'm out of the will anyway.
Yeah, he
right.
just sent me a text saying I'm super mad at Jen right. I'm kidding. Sorry.
Yeah, because that's not the words he would use.
Oh no, it would be a giant essay of how mad he is.
Yeah, and like our dad is so fun. He's actually shared like his text messages and his voicemails are so long. I know that the voicemail cuts off after 3 minutes because of my dad, because he will do the whole thing. I didn't know it could go that long. Anyway, moving on. I have a hard time with newscasters who try to make light of things. It really bothers me because, yeah, let's go down this road now. I don't like it when, like last month, they're like, hey, everybody, today is National Meteor Watch Day. Meteor Watch Day. Because when I was worried that worse things could happen in 2020, I never thought in a million years, meteors. Like, thank you. Thanks for that. Because there's nothing I can do. Like, we can't send a diplomat to go negotiate with a meteor. I can't send my mom with a little basket of cupcakes and a note that says, hey, we good. Like, because now all I'm doing is trying to figure out who do I know who has a bunker. Is there a bunker in me meet cute type dating website, or is that just Craigslist casual encounters? Like, I live in Los Angeles. Should I just walk alone at night, you know, by myself? Because apparently I'm still cute enough to be abducted. and just cross my fingers that maybe somebody has a silo. Like, I don't know. I'm just really upset that KTLA made me scared of the sky. But that's new. So you're the third group of people to hear that one. So that just told me to keep working on it. I wanted to try this out a little bit because Kyle said that sounds like a joke. I had in my 20s, I had a guy that was one of my closest friends. He used to help me out when I have a breakup, and I'd help him. I mean, you could heckle, but burping heckling is new.
I'm so sorry. I came out of nowhere.
No, it didn't come out of nowhere. It came out of your mouth. That's where it came from. Oh, no, I will continue on your show. Get out of here. I'm kicking you out of your own show. I'm telling your mom. Well, she's at a casino, I'm sure. Your mom's always at casinos. First time I met your mom, she was in a cocktail dress on Dad's lap, looking at a Victoria's Secret, and I was 14. Yeah, she was when I was in kindergarten, she was a senior in high school. He's gone. He didn't hear any of that, so that's nice. That's our dad's fourth wife. So, like I was saying, I had a friend in my 20s that used to like help me out when I would have like breakups and things, and I would help him out. And then I moved in with my boyfriend, now husband. And the first night I was with my boyfriend, he sends me a message saying, "I love you. I've always loved you, and I want to be with you." And I was like, you can't do that. We've signed a lease. Like leases are the 20-somethings speak now or forever hold your peace. Like, this is at least a year commitment, buddy. Like, I'm not going to ruin my credit for nobody. Like, you couldn't have when we were moving the futon bed or something. It's been like, hey, Jen, maybe you don't take the U-Haul back just yet. Like, just... So that's going to get worked out, too. Yeah, I think this has been the weirdest, most awkward journey I've ever had. But also wonderful because I'm so very proud of my brother and I love him so much. I know he put a lot of work into this show, so I should tell the joke that makes fun of him. All right, so yeah, I also had the same last name growing up, Jen Seaman, which was fun. That's how Kyle first met me. I always enjoyed going to the comic book store where Kyle would perform because I had a box there and I would make the clerk behind the counter call it the Seaman box, and that was fun for me. I just be like this tiny little 5'1" Seaman box, please. Just like always a joy. But I did do a name change and my brothers gave me a lot of crap for it, but their names are Todd and Brock, which are the douchiest names in the English language. Like, you go on a date with a Todd or a Brock, you instinctively put a coaster over your drink. Because you don't know. And you gotta protect your holes. I'm gonna end on that, I guess. A joke that's usually in the middle of every set. Why not close with it? 'Cause please never blackmail me by sending this to Dad. I love you. I'm so excited to see what Kyle does.
You've done that joke twice while I was there in person. Every time I'm just like...
Yeah, just think about how many times I do when you're not in person. Always.
But like when I'm there, everyone just looks at me like, okay, well, we're covering our drinks. It might be a joke, but we're not gonna take a chance. Well, that was.
I don't know. There's that Brock Turner kid, or not Brock whatever
We
kid.
don't talk about that Brock Turner kid because he's a piece
That's
of
not.
shit.
That's a different Brock. That's a different Brock.
We talk about Brock from Pokemon, okay? He's all right.
No, I always think about that Brock kid. You know, from like. Anyway, he's horrible. He's a monster.
Great way to end your
Abortion.
set. All right, everyone, we're getting down to the last comic, and whoa boy, has it been a journey. We've talked a lot of. Sean's mouth is opening really wide.
He's just been a
We've had
stepdad.
some interesting conversation, mostly talking about abortion and our dad. So this has definitely been a sibling show tonight. So let's give the last comic, probably one of the greatest comics to perform last, Kyle Clark, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Thank you all for coming out tonight for the roast of Jen and Brock's horrible childhood.
It wasn't that bad.
Yes, it was.
It's
Oh my
fun.
gosh, Brock, you
It's
had
fun.
it worse than me.
Jen is one of my dearest friends, and it's fun to meet a member of her family because I could easily see where they are all made up based on the bits. Like, it could just be she's the greatest novelist of all time. So it's been fun. Also, Jen, I also put on pants for this bullshit, so just know we're samesies.
I'm so
I
sorry.
can't do stand up in shorts. I made a vow a long time ago. All right, I got jokes, but first of all, let me set my timer. I gotta take a little time out here before I stand up and try, because I need to give Brock some advice / I have some questions.
I will answer them. Go
Brock,
ahead.
you're a young comedian, and I respect that a lot. I love that I feel like a lot of people, if they had a sibling who has been doing comedy for almost 20 years, they would be a bit nervous about starting into comedy. And so like that takes a lot of like self-confidence. I'm very impressed and very proud of you for that.
Aw, thanks.
That said, early in your set, you did a bit, I believe, about how you look. Is that correct? Did you?
I?
Okay, maybe you didn't. Okay, good, perfect. Okay, we're
How do I
halfway
look?
there. I'm giving you credit where credit is due. This is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Most comedians, when they're young, start out by either saying something about, "Hey, I know the way I look," or they go, "Hey, I know my name's weird." I'm glad you didn't say the look thing. Wildly disappointed. The man with the porniest real name I've ever heard doesn't address it in the slightest within his first 5 years of comedy. Your first album
I
is
actually
called
haven't.
Porn Star Name.
I've definitely done that. I think one thing I said though one time is if I ever had a kid and I didn't want him, I would just name him Richard.
Just Dick Seaman. All right. I just like the
Yeah.
fact that if you ever became a porn star, you'd have to change your name to like Gary. Like, was your best friend growing up named Dirk Diggler? Like, was there just a neighborhood full of like little boys running around who all have crazy porn star names and all their dads sold cocaine?
Probably.
I
guess I'm
also
the only one.
I was doing an event before this. I run a Simpsons trivia show called Stonecutters LA, and we were doing our show, and that show is on Skype instead of Zoom. This whole thing, I have 3 different video things, so each one can not function properly in a different way. It's really exciting. I was on Skype, and Skype has the thing where you can blur your background. Like, if you guys seen this, it's real cool. Like, because in case I don't want people to know that I'm an adult man who still has a Stooges poster and a Ramones poster, like they're on either side of my shoulder. I just I need to blur sometimes. And at first I thought, oh God, how did Brock get that blurry background? And then went into his full photo. I'm like, oh, he has the worst camera I've ever seen. The picture was so small that I did not realize not only was the background blurred, but also the middle and foreground. So that was a lot of fun. I'm working through my notes I've taken. Okay, and this is the last thing I'll say. I'm very excited for the Siemens let me on the show. Because I love Bellingham. I ended an 11-day tour with a show in Bellingham a few years ago, and it was a very fun tour. So I have a lot of love for Bellingham. So this is my second time playing here. Gotta say, as much as I love this show, performing with Brock Seaman, a lot of funny comedians, one of my dear bestest friends, and still kind of prefer the first time because I was there in person. And like, as good as Digital Bellingham is, it's not quite as good as going to a place and performing in a venue. So that definitely is my preference. That said, I mean, maybe the idea is that like I enjoyed the last time because there was like a bunch of free weed, but I really like to think that it was mostly that I was at a place.
Yeah, but have you ever skied Digital Baker? It's fucking sick.
Oh shit! I gotta get those digital lift tickets. This is awesome. The reason I say that stuff about traveling is because I think a lot of the reason I like doing stand-up is because I like to travel and I like to go places and stuff like that. And I did a show last October that was a real good just experience in what touring with comedy can be. I was invited. I'm from Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is sort of hard to get booked in sometimes. And I'll give you a good example. That time, the only show I had booked in October was booked by my friend in New York, who I met in Alaska, who took me to New Orleans. Cannot book my own hometown, but God damn it, I can book other metropolitan areas. And so I am in New Orleans, and we are at this hipster hotel. It used to be a prostitution hotel, and now it's a hip people who find irony in staying in an old sex hotel are there. If you wonder what that looks like, the center of the motel is just a big pool, and the residents were all in there, and basically everyone but me in this hotel is just a hot, sad-looking 20-something gyrating to Tame Impala in a pool. So let me paint that image for you. So we have two shows at this place, and they're both fun, and they're neat, and I met everybody's really cool. Big fan of New Orleans. After the show, it's late, and me and the other comedians like, we should get food. And somebody at the hotel was like, oh, okay, well, there's a gas station like 2 blocks down that way that sells food. I know it's crazy, but it's the South, and you can get delicious food everywhere. So we walk down and we go get some food. And we're having a nice little hang. And then everybody else on the show is staying in Airbnb, and the hotel put me up. So I'm going to walk back, and they're going to get a Uber back to where they're staying. And they're like, are you sure you don't want to ride with us? I'm like, no, I'm going to get my steps in. And they're like, cool, we have an extra cheeseburger left over from our eating. And I was like, I'm going to get my steps in and undo those steps at the same time. So I'm walking, and I'm having a nice time. I'm eating my burger. I've got a little pep in my step. I had a show, and I am within visual contact of the front door of my hotel. I have just walked through a crosswalk, and behind me a car has pulled up in that crosswalk. I'm getting ready to go hit that door, and the person in the car says, hey. And I am a bit of a narcissist and think, well, they're close. Maybe this was somebody leaving the show, late and stuff like that. And I'm going to turn around, and they're going to say, great show tonight. And I would like to hear that because I'm very needy. So I turn around, and this person in the car, I lean down because I'm very tall, and I look into the car, and it's a gentleman sitting there by himself, and he is smiling at me. And that is because he knows something very important that I do not. And that is that he has a gun. Yeah. And so in the man with the gun's defense, my favorite thing I get to say, he showed it to me like this. And it turns out in that moment, that is how you want to be shown a gun. That is the ideal way. What you want when being shown a gun by a stranger is a James Bond 8x10 situation. You want with love, Roger Moore, because the other option you have is this. Now, we call this hamburger and this hot dog. You do not want hot dog. So the man shows me the gun, and I learn in that moment what my fight or flight response is. And the reason I talk about how you hold your gun properly is as a tribute, because what I did was I used the only weapon I had, and I hucked a cheeseburger at this man and ran away. I got back to my hotel, and I had a terrifying moment where I realized that what I want to do more than anything else right now is stress eat, but I threw my food at my assailant. So all I can say is the hamburger of New Orleans is too aggressive for my liking. I feel like most of my set at the moment is just weird crimes or crime adjacent things that have happened to me in my life. My girlfriend lives in Long Beach, California, and I live on the other side of Los Angeles County. We literally have to go through all of Los Angeles to see each other. Now in Los Angeles, most people would say break up with this person. Love is not worth driving. I love her, so I'm giving it a shot. We're making it a go, but we definitely had to figure out like a good like middle spot for us to meet so nobody gets mad. And we got out some atlases and some compasses and figured out where to go. And we figured out that the central city in Los Angeles that we could meet in as neutral ground, our Maginot goddamn line, is Santa Monica, California. Now, I love when I do this joke on the road normally because people go, woo! And that is because they have not been there. Because Santa Monica combines two proud California traditions that you don't normally see put together. And those are the beach and a ton of crime. Most of the time when people are ready to do crime and they get to the beach, they're just like, but there's beach. I'm going to join a beach volleyball league. And then they're all just like hitting their gun against the volleyball, and they're doing like Top Gun, but with actual gun. It's great. But not all the time, because my girlfriend and I went there and we had dinner at a diner, and then we were like, hey, it'd be cute. Let's drive down like the street that's right next to the ocean, and that'll be really cute and also kind of cheap. So nice cheap date night. And so we get in the car, we throw on some music, we start driving, and we are on the road, and I am in the driver's seat. My girlfriend is in the passenger seat. We are at a red light. We are in the lane closest to the sidewalk before the ocean. There's a crosswalk in front of us. This sounds like a lot of details. It's because they were all in the police report. So we are at this, and now here's where I got to move. This is I learned very recently how many of my bits are built around leg work, which was really upsetting. Because you still can't see him. It doesn't matter. But anyways, we're sitting in the car, and one guy is walking through the crosswalk, and he's just like, I hate crosswalks. And he leaves, and he goes, and he stops in front, steps out of the crosswalk and stops in front of my car. And then a guy walking the other way sees this maverick and goes, oh, cool, no more laws. Let's purge this bitch. And he walks over, and he steps in front of my car. Now, these two gentlemen that we have established hate crosswalks, look at each other, and realize they both have this in common, and they celebrate this by immediately breaking into a brutal fist fight.
What?
And I learned in that moment that there is stuff in the driver's ed manual that they don't address, because there is no question on the test. Hey, men are fighting other men in front of your car. What do? I chose break. Seemed like right now I'm in the right in the scenario, and so I'm gonna hold on to that as best I can. And they I think really appreciated the fact that I did not run them down, because they decided to take their fight and escalate it by falling onto the hood of my car and continuing to fight. Now, I don't know if any of you watching this on YouTube have ever heard the sound of two human bodies actively fucking up the hood of your car, but it sounds real expensive. And so after about $600 worth of sound, the police showed up and pulled them off of my car. Did not take anybody away, though. What they did was have themselves, the two cops and the two fighting people, all stand in front of my car, shinned a goddamn bumper. Not any kind of breath. I am still stuck in the car. And the reason I bring this up is because all I want to do in this moment is put my car in goddamn park. And I can't do that because I have an automatic. And when you do that, you lurch forward a little bit, at which point I hit two cops and two violent men at the same time. So I don't know what I'm going to do. So I look over to my girlfriend, because she's a smart lady, and I'm going to go get advice from her. And she is just filming the whole thing, just with her phone. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I do not know to this day whether it was for Civil Justice or World Star. Makes me happy every time that joke gets a laugh. And so eventually we put the car in park, we pull over, and they're ready to get a statement. Now, at this point, we are what is happening in Santa Monica this evening. We have drawn a crowd. This is the event. There are people with bootleg t-shirts that somehow already have my fucked up car on them. And we get out of the car, and they all do something that always terrifies me is going to happen. I get out of my car, and 100 strangers slowly start pointing and laughing at me and my girlfriend. And I am a clown man, but I prefer to do it on the stage where it doesn't hurt my feelings. And then I try to kind of stiff upper lip, Kyle. I walk over, and I start to give a report to the police, and they are visibly not believing the words I say. And I don't know why, but they are trying to not laugh. And then I look over to the guys who were in the fight, who have stopped fighting because now they're best friends, because their new favorite thing in the world is laughing at me and my girlfriend. Now, I need you guys to understand with this next part of the bit that it happened last year, before everything in the world was ruined by everyone forever. Because that is the moment that I realized the reason we were being laughed at is that my girlfriend and I were wearing matching Hawaiian shirts. See, we were like, he's feeling awfully warny, and then he's like, he got it. We wanted to enjoy the bit. Anyways, let me put it this way. I am a big fat guy who loves to party. And so I need people to know that in floral shirt form. My girlfriend has what she describes herself as big aunt energy, which means floppy hats, fun shirts, and lots of rosé. We're insanely fun to hang out with. And so yeah, we give the report, and then we get out of there. And I was originally, there's a back end to this story, but I feel like going into something else because you guys are a lot of fun, and this is a little chunk I enjoy. So yeah, basically, who doesn't love a moment where everything can go awry in so many hilarious ways? I think that I am a nervous person because I grew up the good kid in a bad group of kids, which I think is a good spot for an anxious teen. Anybody, normally I ask this, and then I realize I'm just going to be asking these nice people from Washington that I just met. But feel free to answer if you want. Good kid in a bad group is means that you like to read, but also get hammered. And it turns out you can do both at the same time. You can be a high school student sitting all alone in your room, getting lost in a book, going, "Oh, Gatsby." Nick Carroll is right. You are better than a lot of them. You don't have to throw ghost parties to impress anyone. Got an A on that paper and threw up a little. And so, yes. And when you are a good kid in a bad group, the reason you get into that bad group is that you have a special mutant power that boggles their minds. And that is that you can talk to an adult for 5 minutes without looking shifty. And that what do you mean you don't have to kick dirt and look away periodically and just immediately look guilty like a dog? Are you Superman? And for high school alcoholics, every Friday night is a little mini Ocean's 11. And so what happens is that y'all got to plan to meet at Dave's house because Dave's parents don't ask a lot of questions after 9 o'clock. And Dave brings you in first because you're the point man, and you walk in and Dave introduces you. "Hey, Kyle, this is my mom and dad. Hey, Kyle, do you want to tell my parents about mock trial?" And guys, I do. Because I'm a hell of a prosecutor this semester, and I'm thinking of going to law school, which was only kind of a lie at that point. And so I'm talking to them, and what is happening is that they're thinking to themselves, "Well, our kid can't be that bad. Look at this dork. He's friends with him." And what they don't realize is that the smoke screen I'm putting up is so that my third friend, who's still waiting in the Dodge Neon, can grab a JanSport backpack full of Popov vodka and run it up. Brian's the runner. He's got to get to the room without being said. He's like a goddamn drunk ninja. And then my friend, whose house it is, Dave, gives me the signal to wrap it up. This is how I learned how to do stand-up. I finish the story, we go upstairs, we get hammered, and I try to convince them all to read The Watchmen. Now, I enjoy, like that aspect of my childhood, but like I did always like want to try to be a good kid, but did not stand a chance because I am a byproduct of the Southern California version of an anti-drug campaign, which means it's only fancy drug addicts making commercials about how you shouldn't do what they did. And I can give proof that that is the kind of person who is doing these things because when I was in middle school, me and my school were brought to an event that was an anti-drug laser show.
What?
Never in my life have I seen a set of words where the first half are in such fight with the second. Full conflict. So at the start already, we're not off to a good start. It's like now I want to make sure that you understand that I have some authority speaking about this because I have been to about as many laser shows as you think that I have been, which is of course less than 10, but not none. And normally a laser show already has a PSA feature, which is to remind you that there are less good Pink Floyd songs than you think there are. First 45 minutes, you're like, holy shit, are they the greatest band in the world? And then Learning to Fly comes on, you're like, never mind. The worst synth sound in the world. What if a cloud could queef? Pink Floyd told us how. That's fun because it's just for people who know too much about Pink Floyd and will be offended by that joke in the first place. Anyways, so we're at this show and I immediately can sense that there's a sense of disingenuousness. And it's not just because mostly it's just pictures of people who died in drunk driving accidents and Breaking the Habit from Linkin Park playing. That was a real aspect of the show. Didn't hit like I thought it would. I was right. Anyways, the real reason I knew that this was not a genuine anti-drug show is that they had literally lasers of marijuana leaves with lines through them, like the Ghostbusters signal. And I looked back at the bank of lasers, and that image was coming from 2 different lasers, which means that you can, in fact, turn off one and it's going to just be a pot leaf. They're trying to play both sides, and I don't appreciate that. It's fun. It also feels like something that would be the plot out of an old Ninja Turtles episode. I feel like it's the thing that happens when the Foot Clan are recruiting at school, so they bring an anti-drug laser show. All right. Let's see. All right, we got a little bit of time here. I got like 2 stories. One I've not been doing in quarantine as much because it is too dirty for many of the shows I've been on, but I feel like in this show we're right. You can't be on a show with a guy named Brock Seaman and then not tell the story. A few years ago, a couple of my friends realized the statute of limitations were up on a couple of things, so we could all get together legally finally. And so right after Christmas, we had a little reunion at a bar, and we hadn't seen each other in a long time, and it was fun catching up. And I was talking to one of my friends, and he was blowing my mind because he was telling me that him and his wife just bought a house. And I was so proud of him. But like I said, I was in fact surprised. But I need you guys to understand the reason I was surprised was not because I don't have faith in my friend. The reason that I was surprised is because my friend had a nickname in high school, and that nickname is the King of Butt Chugging. I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute. Now, I imagine, like always, there's people in the audience of the show who are like, well, I mean, you said those words, but hopefully you won't graphically describe what that means, like I'm not gonna, like I'm about to do. You see, ladies and gentlemen, for some alcoholics, drinking alcohol through your mouth is simply just no longer good enough. You got to get your kicks some new ways. And some brilliant alcoholic scientist out there realized that if they flip themselves over and turn themselves into a human water cooler, you can get drunk on a whole new level, friend. My friend did that. Now, I need you to understand, he didn't do it one time. We made him a monarch. He was not guy who enjoys butt chugging or professional butt chugger. It was the king of butt chugging. And so, as you can imagine, when you're a butt chugger, it's a little hard to figure out how to get drunk at parties because you can't just be butt chugging at a party. That's rude. So instead, he figured out that he would show up to the party sober and be like, oh, hey, nice to see you guys. And then we'd all be standing around. And once we had kind of a good settled vibe in going, he'd excuse himself like a gentleman and take himself to the restroom. Now, this is where his little scientific brain becomes a thing because he is so excited about his new creation, which is he has a metal cigarette case. And inside of that metal cigarette case is tampons soaked in grain alcohol.
Oh, no.
I cannot stress enough that none of my friends grew up to be doctors. Lots of other respectable professions, 0 medical physicians. And now, I know you're all very worried about his safety. That's great. But what you need to understand first, as a sidebar, I'm not sure if the women in the audience are aware of this. But when boys are in health class, they are not told how to put a tampon into anything.
Oh, no!
So what happens is that you as a teenage boy who is rambunctious and trying to get shithouse drunk on booze tampons don't know how an applicator works.
Oh, no!
So what happened was that he shot out of the bathroom doing, I'll give you a little sample, this. Help! Help! Because he has developed a tail. His skinny jeans are around mid-thigh, and he is out, and he has a little white tail, and he's running around us screaming help. Now, we don't know if that means help me get this out or help me get this in. All we know is that he doesn't have to get us Christmas presents ever again because this is the greatest gift anyone could ever give someone else. And we're gonna help him, but we're gonna enjoy it first. So he's running around, and finally, one of our friend's girlfriends is maybe the most cavalier human I've ever seen because she just reached into a stranger's asshole immediately, but she has a lit cigarette. It's a fire hazard. And so she's drunkenly chasing after him, trying to help him with this thing. And he's at first we think he's running away because we're worried that she's going to light him on fire. And he screams, no, it's not that. It's that if she touches it, that makes this all gay. And guys, the point of this story is that he owns a house and I don't. I have so many degrees from so many institutions. Many degrees, 0 houses. Things in my butt, none of your business. All right, I've got one final thing here. This has been a goddamn delight. Thank you guys. This is maybe the most fun I've ever had on a Zoom set. So thank you.
Yay!
Last little bit about this group of friends. One of my favorite people from this group of friends was kind of a hero to me in high school and most of my life, really, because he taught me that like you can never let something hold you back from what you want to do. Like, for example, one of my best friends growing up taught me that like he had one leg, and he taught me that that isn't going to stop him from being a total piece of shit scumbag. I met my one-legged friend, who has been a friend most of my life, the best way you can meet a one-legged friend, which is at basketball camp. Because I was tall and they made me. And I'm at basketball camp, and I am sitting against the gym wall being waiting to be told I'm allowed to read again because the Animorphs aren't going to save themselves. And I am watching the greatest game of basketball ever played happening in front of me. And that is a one-legged kid versus 3 kids. That is a 1-on-6 game if we are counting by feet. So they are also aggressively losing to this kid. He is just schooling these 3 kids. He is doing turns. He is doing tricks and shit. He's double, like it's madness. Now, the problem is at one point he gets a fast break. He's moving so fast down the court, his leg starts to get speed wobbles. And as a result of those wobbles, his leg snaps off, flies through the air, and skitters to a stop directly in front of me.
Oh,
Now,
no.
I don't know what to do. I don't know if there's like a social setup for this. I don't know if it's rude if I touch the leg. I don't know if I touch the leg if it's cursed and then he gets my leg. This could be anything. I'm very young. And so all I know is that there is a terrifying one-legged boy crawling towards me like that creature. It was terrifying, and eventually just stopped right next to the leg on the other side of me, put his hand up and went, "A little help." But I'm like still not convinced, so I just sort of kick it to him. Like it's a gun in a hostage situation. I'm like, "There's the leg. Release the children." My favorite joke in this whole set.
Oh my gosh.
Anytime on stand-up stages you can yell, "Now release the children," it's a win. Anyways, so he puts on the leg and goes, "Hey, I can't help but notice that I have 1 leg and you have 2. So this is now a 3-on-6 game of basketball if we're counting by legs." And so we go and we play that game. We have a great time. And from that day on, we were friends. And all right, so cut to years later. That's when we're good kids. This is where the story flips into being a story of inspiration. And I will leave you guys with this. So fast forward years later, we are in high school and we're hanging out in school. And he's like, "Hey, man, I realized after all these years, you've never been to my place, have you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess we've only like hung out at places like fields and ditches and wherever like lots of unsmoked cigarettes might be found and dirt. So we've never been to his house." He's like, "You want to come over?" I'm like, "I would love that." So that day I go over to his place. And when we get to his place, immediate first problem, hot mom. Now, here's the thing. You know who doesn't love when you call their mom a hot mom? Guys with a hot mom. You know what they really hate is when you show up to their house sometimes wearing a tie and they say she's not home and you go, "Thank God," and you pull off the clip on. But anyways, we navigate past hot mom and we get to his room. And he's like, "Hey, man, I'm really glad you're hanging over." I'm like, "Yeah, me too, man." He's like, "This is awesome. It is your first time here, though. So we got a little tradition around here." And I'm like, "Cool, can't wait to see where this is going." And he's like, yeah. You smoke weed, right?" And I'm like, "I'm a degenerate teen. Yeah, I think we can assume in the affirmative on that." And he's like, "Great. All right." And he turns around and he starts going through the closet. And he's really rifling through. And I am lightly terrified. And then he turns around and he goes, "You see, first time you come around, you got to smoke out the leg." And he produced his childhood prosthetic leg. And I know it's his childhood prosthetic leg because it still has a tiny shoe and sock on it. So what do? I'm just like, okay, well, this is a fun scenario. Let's see where this goes. Because the problem is it's no longer just a child's prosthetic leg because our metal shop in high school had very negligent security. So he was able to make a few modifications. And guys, that's the day I smoked weed out of a kid's prosthetic leg. I will leave you with this message.
Oh my god.
No matter how prepared you are for things in life, you are never, never, never prepared to talk to your friend's hot mom when you're high on leg pot. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pathway.
Good job.
Oh my
I'm just gonna keep- there we go.
gosh.
There you go.
Good job, everybody.
Well, shoot, I am so happy for all my comedians. Thank you guys for just performing tonight. It was a bumpy road, especially with last week. I was so sad with the audio issues, and it meant a lot that all you guys were very understanding, and my sis even gave me a call and everything like that. So that
I can
really
be
was
nice.
appreciated, because my mind was like, oh God, they all hate me. And yeah, so I really appreciate that. I'm really excited to do more of these with everyone.
Hey, Brock.
What's up?
Brock.
Yeah.
Brock.
Yes.
Brock.
What?
Brock.
What?
Brock.
What if this is how the
You
show
know-
ended? It just fades to
It
black.
just ends and then bam.
The comments say every time you say Brock, the audience members are drinking. So,
Guys,
Brock.
When you make
Brock.
the video,
Oh, this is
edit,
hilarious.
It just has to
Brock.
fade to black,
Brock.
and then the quote.
Brock.
like,
Brock.
is
Oh my
textured.
God.
Brock.
You're gonna kill me. You can't kill our audience members, okay?
Oh no, Brock.
I wanna
Thanks
answer
everybody for hanging
something.
out and watching.
Yeah, thank you. That's so nice. Oh,
Yeah, thank
you.
I want to answer something real quick from Kyle, because I want to get all mushy gushy.
What?
I don't know. Random words I'm thinking of. No, because I remember you telling me, like, oh, it must be intimidating that your sister's been doing comedy for so many years and everything. And like my sister said, not that many good role models. So she already knows this. Like, I already told her she was like my role model growing up. Like, I
Aw.
remember in
This is
middle
usually not how shows end.
Exactly. Ended on a heartfelt note. I remember in middle school when my sister performed on like the morning show in Seattle or something, and I remember I showed the whole entire class. I was like, guys, you gotta see my sister perform on the morning show.
Sean, is this weird for you too?
Sean's
Huh?
crying.
Yes. But yeah, I was like,
Brock,
"That's
Brock,
my sister.
Brock.
I'm gonna be a comic just like her.
Yeah, and you wanted to work at a news station like I did. You went to the same college I went to.
Yeah,
you
but I
worked at
hated
the
your
same
college.
movie theater I worked at. You came out.
I didn't work
Like
at the
I
same movie
did.
theater
Well,
you
this is a
worked at.
show.
You like to refer to dad as your dad.
Time's up. You guys made some real progress tonight. Great.
Yeah, this wasn't really a comedy show. This is just a nice therapeutic thing.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Just wait, Sean. You have a baby. This is what you have to look forward to.
I'm gonna have to stop selling cocaine and go to rehab. Fuck.
You can keep the Camaro.
It's bitchin'.
Well, this
Bitchin'
has been
Camaro, bitchin' Camaro.
has been Cyber Comedy Jam. Thank you to everyone who came out.
Thanks, everybody.
Brock, thank you so much,
Thank
Brock.
you, Brock.
I appreciate it,
Thank you,
Brock.
Brock.
I really
Brock,
love you,
Brock, Brock,
Brock.
Brock, Brock.
Stop trying to kill the audience, Jen.